Welcome to Out of the Blue number 17. So, my name is Chris Marshall. Out of the Blue is a video magazine. I call it a Vizine, about Neo-Swedenborgianism, which is, I am the progenitor of Neo-Swedenborgianism. I went to the University of Washington in Seattle with a major in comparative religion. So I know what religions are and what religions aren't. So this is not a religion. It is not a faith. It is not a belief. I was a student of this guy, Eugene Webb, while at the University of Washington, and his thinking has influenced my thinking. And so Neo-Swedenborgianism is a worldview, and it is a powerful worldview, and it is a worldview that as far as I can tell, stands up to scrutiny. But I'm going to skip ahead to the end, and then I'll take the slow way to get there. But the end result of all this is the idea that heaven and hell, the afterlife, the spirit world, can now be rationally shown to really exist. By me, I figured this out, and I'm going to share this idea with the world over the coming years. But first I wanted to illustrate the point with this song. This is an old song called I'll Fly Away. Some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, hey, I'll fly away, glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, hey, I'll fly away, glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Now that sounded a little rushed to me because I'm feeling a little anxious to get this whole message out. And the message is essentially that songs like that song and songs like that, can be taken literally. This is relatively new that we are able to actually prove this. So I'm making the somewhat bold claim that heaven exists. And there's even a book out called that. But I don't mean it in the way that the book means it. I mean it in a literal way. And so what you do when you want to prove something like this is you have to first define your terms. So, heaven, God, afterlife. I'm using dictionary definitions for that. You know, God, the Almighty type definition. But it's really the term exists, which is the tricky one. And so, over the next few months, I'm going to compile a list, and people are welcome to contribute to this list. So what does it mean for something to exist? How do you prove that something exists? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the list of, for something to exist, for example, for something to exist, it has to be able to, you have to be able to establish it in space and time, right? For instance, this cube, this is a 1 square centimeter cube of bakelite. It exists. It exists in space and time, which is to say, it exists here now. Another quality of existence is that a person's belief or lack of belief does not affect the existence of something. Okay, so the Taj Mahal, for example. The Taj Mahal exists, and whether I believe it or not, it does not alter the existence of the Taj Mahal. So that's what I'm getting at. So we're going to compile this list of criteria for existence, and I'm going to check them off. But first we're going to talk about a subject called scale. Scale. So this is 1 cubic centimeter. So for the matter of scale, this is a book from my collection, an interesting book called Beyond Yonder. It talks about scale and size. It was published in 1939, but check this out, page 34. In 1939 they said, the world over, men of science are using the metric system. Presumably everyone will, within a few generations of time, utilize its obvious advantages. Now that's kind of funny because when I was a kid, they were in the 70s talking about how we're all going metric, and it just never happened. But anyway, the scale, cubic centimeter. Now, we're going to go deeper into this at another time because I want to get back to playing some guitar. But cubic centimeter to the 10th power is an astronomical number, which means it's this kind of number that they measure the distances between stars in and galaxies, you know. And a cubic centimeter to the negative 10th power is microscopic, molecular type size. That's just a difference of scale. That scale does not affect if something still exists or not. Because in terms of the galaxy, we humans are approximately now 1 to the negative 10th power the size of the galaxy. So, but that does not affect our reality. We're still real, even though in relationship to the galaxy, we're very, very small. So something can be very, very small and still be real. So existence is not generally affected by size. Now, there's limits to that, certainly. But we are working within those limits. We are not nearing the edge of the limits. much on the proof right now because I'm just getting started on this, so this will come out as time goes by. I more want to talk about how the idea of a heavenly reunion with our loved ones is not exactly a fairy tale. It is something that is rational to accept. I know there is a land of beautiful flowers where we'll meet again when life is old, where we'll while away the endless hours on heaven's bright eternal shore. The prettiest beds of flowers will be blooming by the prettiest trees our eyes will ever behold, where the beautiful tree of life for us is waiting by the prettiest mansion made of purest gold. I want to meet you by that beautiful river on that eternal morning in the sky, where we'll live in peace for endless ages, where we'll never say goodbye. The prettiest robe and crown I'll be wearing in a city four square beyond this world's strife, and the prettiest song the angels will be singing on that beautiful morning by the light. Skeptic Magazine Volume 20, Number 2, 2015. This is the latest Skeptic Magazine. Touches on this subject. The article is Heaven Only Knows, Near-Death Experiences and the Problem of Account Incongruence. The article ends with this sentence. If NDEs are influenced by the beliefs that people have, as well as their perceptions of the world around them, both of which are clearly mediated by the physical brain, isn't it therefore reasonable for us to infer that they are indeed products of the physical brain as well? And my answer is yes, it is reasonable to infer that. And if you take that as your launching point, it gives you a lot to think about. Wednesday, July 29th. This is the Rockwell stop on the Brown Line, Beans and Bagels Coffee House. Come out and say hello.